Namaste, welcome to Gita's Kitchen. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Matrarupena Sansita Namastasyai 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 Namo Namaha. We bow down to that Supreme Being who is worshipped as the Universal Mother. Even in our everyday life, we know that small children also readily approach their mother whenever they need anything. The Universal Mother is so divine, she is so approachable. Whatever be our wants, our fears, everything, if we just come and tell them at her feet, she is always there ready to help us. Even in human beings, children first approach their mother even if they want something from their father, because they know that the mother will definitely fulfill it for them using her own resources, or she might direct it to the father and finally get the things done for the child. That is the greatness of the mother, and that is why during this Navratri, during these 9 nights, starting from Mahalaya Amavasya up to Vijayadashmi, we invoke the blessings of the Universal Mother. In Tamil Nadu, there is a small town called as Tirumechiyur. That is between Kumbakonam and Mayaram. You can approach it from both the places, and there is a very special temple for Lalitha. You know, among the many stotras which we recite for Devi, the Lalitha Sahasranamam has got a very special place because it is recited at home, it is recited in religious functions, in family functions. For any function you can easily recite the Lalitha Sahasranamam. Apart from that, it has got huge potential. It is a very, very powerful mantra, and when you recite it sincerely to the mother, you can be sure that you will be rid of poverty, you will enjoy good health, and you will be blessed with all good things in your life. The Lalitha Sahasranamam is said to have been initiated at this place by Mother Devi herself through Hayagriva, who asked Agastya to recite these names, and it was at Tirumechiyur they say that the Lalitha Sahasranamam was first recited. So it is said that for every person, if you are able to recite the Lalitha Sahasranamam in this temple, it is really a very good fortune. And a couple of years ago, when we went to visit all the temples in South India, Kumbakonam and other nearby temples, at that time I had no idea about this place called Tirumechiyur and the Lalitha temple over there. But then as we were going from one place to another, some unknown person suddenly approached us and said, "You are going to so many places. Have you visited Tirumechiyur? Why don't you go and visit the temple over there?" So then we said, okay, we have the time, let us go. And when we entered the temple, I tell you, I was totally mesmerized in awe, looking at the beauty, a huge, I think nearly about 5-foot idol of Mother Lalitha seated as a Simhasaneshwari, seated on a throne. So majestically she sits with one leg folded and with her Abhaya Mudra for all the devotees to bless them. And I remember that it's so much emotion that I could recite the Lalitha Sahasranamam in her presence at the temple, which is nothing but her grace. Now the Lalitha Sahasranamam commentaries have been written by many people, and one of the most famous commentary is by Bhaskararaya. Many hundreds of years ago, it is said that Bhaskararaya lived in a Kumbakonam along with his wife, and both he and his wife were very great devotees of Mother Lalitha, and they used to pray to her morning and evening, doing all the rituals and pujas. And he was quite poor because he did not have much sources of income. With a very meager income, their subsistence continued. And without his wife's knowledge, he had borrowed money from a local money lender, and he was unable to repay it also. And the story goes that once he was seated in his prayers to Mother Lalitha, there was a huge commotion outside the door. It was none other than the money lender who wanted to shame Bhaskararaya, and he started shouting that he had borrowed money and he had not returned it yet. Then Bhaskararaya's wife came out and asked him what was the matter. When she came to know that her husband had borrowed money, she quietly went in, brought the money and gave it to him, and he went away. Meanwhile, Bhaskararaya was continuing with all his prayers. And when he finally finished his prayers and came out, he asked his wife, what happened? What was that noise all about outside? Then his wife said, it was a man, he was a money lender, and he was shouting that you have borrowed money. And then Bhaskararaya was now a little bit feeling guilty because he had borrowed money without telling his wife. So then he quietly went to the money lender's house to again ask for more time. And when he went there, to his surprise, the money lender told him, your wife has paid me all the amount. So Bhaskararaya was surprised. So he comes back home and he asks his wife, did you pay him the money? From where did you get the money to pay him? Then she says, what are you talking about? Where is the money with me? I have no money at all. And then the entire village realized that it was none other than Mother Lalitha who had come in the form of his wife to support and help her true devotee. The mother has got innumerable ways. We can never understand her completely. She is always there to come to the help of her devotees. Bhaskararaya was so moved by the benevolence of the mother that he wrote a very, very meaningful and expert commentary on the Lalitha Sahasranamam, which is held in very high esteem among scholars even to this day. During this Navratri, my mind also went back to a few questions. See, last year we did the Durga Saptashati, and we were seeing how the mother destroyed various demons like Chanda, Munda, Mahishasura. We listened to the Mahishasura Mardini Stotram. Then I had a question in my mind. I said, yes, Ma Durga has destroyed these demons. Then why is it that every year we are saying that Ma Devi destroys Chanda, she destroys Munda, she destroys Raktabija, she destroys Mahishasura? Why are we doing this year upon year again and again? What could be the reason behind this? And as I was thinking and meditating on this, the one thought which came to my mind and which I want to share with all of you is that these demons represented by these different names are not necessarily forms which you see outside. All these demons are the negative tendencies, the negative emotions which are present within our own minds. So every year this Navratri is something like a mental or an emotional detoxification for all of us, where we get rid of all these asuras or demons, whether it is Mahishasura who had a high ego, or whether Chanda, Munda, Raktabija, all these which represent our maybe Krodha, that is anger, Lobha, which is greed, or even Ahankara, which is pride. So many negative things which come up at times. After all, we are humans. We are not 100% perfect. We have our good days as well as our bad days. And sometimes, like Raktabija, these bad emotions or negative emotions sprout up. So it is for this that we remind ourselves every time how Devi destroyed these demons, how she was powerful enough, how she had to attack these demons. So also let us also try to remove these demons from our mind, from our emotions. And when we read the Lalitha Sahasranamam, what are we doing? We are chanting 1,000 names of Devi, of the Universal Mother. Why should we chant these names? What is the purpose behind chanting these names? Is it just a string of names? No, each name is a mantra. What is the meaning? When you chant each name, it has got tremendous power. So if we say that she is Karunamurti, then she is one who is full of compassion. And what does it mean by just saying that? We have to imbibe that quality within us. The purpose of this is to take ourselves up. So during this period of Navratri, let us make our best efforts to get rid of these negative tendencies within us. At least practice doing one a day. So by the end, on the 10th day, on Vijayadashami, we will also emerge victorious, just as the mother emerged victorious by slaying the demons. The first one which I would like to talk about is anger. In the Lalitha Sahasranamam, we have a Nama, Om Nishkrodhaya Namaha. Nishkrodha, the one who has no anger. Krodha Shamani, the one who destroys anger. See, the mother is the greatest teacher. So it is not enough if she has those qualities. If you go to a teacher who is very knowledgeable, he has all the knowledge in the world. But he should be able to bring the change in you and bring those qualities in you. So that is what Lalita Devi does. She is herself Nishkrodha, the one who has no anger. And Krodha Shamani, she destroys anger within us. So we have to pray to her to destroy this anger. What is anger? Many people think of anger as strength. But in reality, anger is not strength. Anger is actually a weakness. I am talking about everyday anger for petty things. And when you say anger is a weakness, why? Because it requires much more inner strength to control your anger. Everyday things, you're caught up in a traffic, immediately your BP rises. Your child doesn't listen to you, or he talks back to you, something else happens, somebody doesn't return something on time, you get angry. Every little thing can make you angry. Now we have to see how we can control this anger. Now controlling the anger means, first of all, you don't give your reply immediately. Try to respond and don't react. Even in the number of letters, react, R-E-A-C-T, has got only 5 letters. Respond, R-E-S-P-O-N-D, 7 letters. So when you respond, you take your time, think calmly, and then respond to the other person. So by that time you have collected your thoughts, and then you can go across to the other person and express your concerns in a way which is not hurting the others. How to stay calm? Many of us would have even seen that movie 3 Idiots, where the hero keeps telling himself all is well, all is well. So you can practice doing this too. Comfort yourself every time saying all is well. When any volatile situation appears, maybe at home, maybe in your office, first learn to calm yourself. Either by saying that, or just tell yourself keep calm, everything is okay. But another effective method is by repeating a mantra. What is the mantra? You just think, Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shanti Rupena Samstita Namastasyai 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 Namo Namah. Shanti Rupena, she is the one who is the embodiment of all peace, all calmness. So when you keep on repeating that to yourself, that peace and calmness will reside in your heart and your anger will automatically come down. Why do I say don't reply when you are angry? Because at that time you have got no control over what you speak, and then the words which come out in haste, in anger, might be something which you might regret at a later point of time. So practice not getting angry for little things every day. Also try being realistic. Accept that there are certain things which you cannot change. There are certain people which you cannot change. You can change how you react. You cannot change their behavior or attitude. Try to get some exercise. If you are angry, just try to go out for a walk. Any physical activity will bring down your anger, because anger is only going to shoot up your blood pressure and a host of other problems in you. It will increase your stress levels too. Or drink a glass of water. Any of these which help you. Drinking a glass of water, not talking for some time. This is one thing which I personally use when I get angry. I just try to remain calm and stop talking for a little while and immerse myself in some physical activity. Maybe I clean out my cupboards. That way I have all resolved the anger. At the same time, I have done some decluttering also, a double benefit. Or even just simply listen to music. Always remember, 1 minute of anger, you have lost 60 seconds of happiness. So let us all try to remove this anger from us, anger for petty, trivial things. The next point I would like to make is, tell yourself, I will stop judging others. Very often we are so judgmental on others in every aspect, be it the way they speak, the way they dress, or even their WhatsApp status, their FB posts or their Insta posts, whatever it is. We should stop being judgmental. When somebody says or does something, we immediately have our opinion on it. Oh, he should not have done like this. Or she should not have taken this decision. She should not have quit her job. She should not have joined this organization. She should not have talked to her brother like this. Whatever it is. We cannot judge others. We do not know what situation that person is in. And why does this judging happen? Because we think that we are much better than others, and then we do look down condescendingly on others and think that we are ever ready to give our advice to others and judge them on how or why they behaved in a particular way. To give you a very simple example, you might look at somebody who is overweight and immediately what thought comes up in your mind? You pass judgment. Oh, this person should lose some weight, maybe she eats too much. We don't know what her problems are. So instead what we can do, we can try to focus on the positive things instead of looking at the negative things. So instead of telling her you are overweight, you can say you have a beautiful smile. So look at the positive, focus on the positive and not on the negative. Secondly, when you look at a person, okay, you are looking at their faults, but don't criticize only the fault and don't hate the person itself for it. Think about it, you will understand what I am saying. Very often we don't like a particular trait or a particular attitude or behavior of a person. And then what happens? We end up disliking or hating the person itself. That should not happen. We should learn to distinguish between what is the character or attitude we don't like but the person himself or herself, we can continue to show our love towards that person. Because once we start being judgmental, then there is no place for love in that. A mother is not judgmental. Whatever faults her children have, she tries to correct them. At the same time, her love and care for them never ever diminishes. And a small episode I read about, which I remember now. It seems a man used to sit in his living room reading his newspaper, and from there, through the balcony door, he could see the glass window of the neighbor's house and the place where they had put all their clothes out to dry. So he would have a look at that and then tell his wife, see, their clothes are never white and clean. They don't know how to wash clothes. They are always so dirty. His wife would listen to it and then think, why is he so bothered about that, as if it is his concern, but she would just continue with his work. This went on for a couple of days. Then suddenly one day, he comes up to his wife and says, see, their clothes are looking so bright and sparkling clean today. Maybe somebody has taught them how to wash clothes. And the wife just looks at him with a very meaningful smile and said, you know what? Today I wiped our windows very clean. So it depends on the glass which you are looking through. So if the glass which you are looking through is not very clean, the other person's attitude or behavior might not seem okay to you. So learn to accept people as they are. Another thing, learn to forgive. It doesn't matter whatever might have happened in the past. Try your best not to relive the past. Yes, there are good days and there are bad days, as I told you earlier. But try to, yes, something happened, we felt emotion, we felt upset, and put it behind you and move on in life. We commit so many faults, and here a mother is always ready to forgive us and extend her compassion to us. These are all names from the Sahasranama, and these are the points which I have taken. Nishkrodha, to be without anger. Nirbheda, not to have any discrimination. Bheda Shamani. Nirlobha, Lobanashini. Nirlobha, not to have any greed. And she destroys your greed also. She is Abhyaja Karnamurti, who gives her compassion for no reason at all. So let us on this Navratri make it our endeavor or our resolve. Let us target it so that we will reach at least somewhere, if not completely there, to get rid of all these demons, all these asuras in our mind. Maybe you can think of one point for each day of Navratri, and definitely you can celebrate a very, very victorious Vijayadashami. या देवी सर्वभूतेषु विष्णुमायेति शब्दिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः. Thank you for watching the video. Please subscribe to Gita's Kitchen, and we'll meet again with another interesting episode from Gita's Kitchen.